Casemiro scored the winner for Brazil against Switzerland last night and they are into the round of 16 now. But Brazil have few shortcomings at the back. Do you feel that, Sandeep?
Yeah, I completely believe that. It's not a fully complete team yet. You have ball players, they're so skillful. It's almost like you're sitting in a circus and you're watching. And even if you just don't watch them for 5 seconds, you're going to miss something. That's the deftness, that's the skill, that's the subtlety that they bring. But the bigger question is that, is this Brazil team a full side or not? I think you look at it from Alisson's side, you look at it from all the four at the back. I think at some point of time that when you're not tested, and when I'm saying tested, I don't mean the weaker sides. I mean when you come up against a very, very solidly technical side, France, Spain, even Argentina, even Germany, all these sides are used to playing at a particular level. At any given point of time, it's like the flick of a switch. A lot of people talk about Vinicius like that. You flick the switch and Vinicius starts off. That's the same way most of the teams do. Can Brazil then stand up to it? And history proves it. Completely. My fear, as a Brazil fan or whatever you can call it, my fear goes back again, like we have so much time discussed, goes back to 82. A side that was more skilled than this side. A side that had more superstars than this side. A side that had people like Falcao, Socrates, all these guys, which everybody, even in Brazil, even today say, the greatest side never to win a World Cup. They finished just because they never had a defense. And I just feel that they have a defense. This is much better than what they had in 82. But I still believe there are certain elements that we are not seeing because they are not being tested. And that is my only fear. I don't know whether you believe whether a side that can play just purely on centre forwards and midfield, can they win through? I doubt it. I don't know what's your version of it.
Their defense is aging, as we were discussing in our last episode. That's why it remains to be seen how they play against fierce sides, against attackers who are fast, who are pacey, who are sharp in the final third. How do they perform against them? But Silva plays for Chelsea in the Premier League, which is one of the most grueling leagues in the European football fraternity. So I feel that Silva has that experience of handling quick attackers.
But there's a point also that Chelsea has not been doing well. So, it's going to be playing out there. But, coming back to Casemiro, I mean, at that point, did you believe that they were going for a goalless draw? I actually thought that it just might be ending up goalless because none of those moves were working out. It looked good. It looks very bright. It looks very beautiful, let's put it in a way. But it wasn't just coming together. You need, and at the end of the day, what makes the difference between a normal side and a great side finds a way to get a goal. They always find a way through. And I think that Casemiro's shot, and you look at the earlier goals that have happened in the first and the second game, first and this particular game, I think this was technically superb. I mean, the way he angled it, the way his body turned over, then the way he took that shot speaks a lot about how Brazil can create when there's nothing to create out there. That probably, to my mind, is something that makes it a semi-final side. But having said that, semi-final is going to be a big challenge for these guys. If they reach it, if they can cross the knockouts and cross the quarterfinals. I don't know who they're going to be meeting, but that's my version of Brazil in this particular World Cup.
And also, were they better without Neymar yesterday?
No, I think we agreed and disagreed on it. But I think Neymar, almost like a Ronaldo, almost like a Messi, he brings the side together. By together, it just doesn't mean that, they start playing like a massively big team. But Neymar is a glue. Neymar is a glue in so many ways. Neymar is a glue because players look up to him. Neymar is a glue because you can see that the midfield and everything revolves around him. So they kind of rotate around one big figure in the team. He's a big figure. He's required. There is no doubt about it. Without him, probably they are playing at 70%, 75%. Once he comes in, that extra 10% is always there. Extra 10%, extra 5% is what wins you World Cups. It's what wins you Champions League, what wins you leagues out there. And I think he's required. He'll come back, I hope so, because if that injury is not too much, then you're probably going to see him, because he's not required now. You really don't need him till the knockouts. So it's fine. I mean, once he's back, I think they'll start playing together. But again, the weaknesses are there. Yes, they are there.
In his absence, Vinicius is filling his shoes. He has been phenomenal on the left flank, the way he runs, the way he finishes. It was unfortunate that he couldn't get the goal due to offside, but he has been extremely outstanding for Brazil so far.
He's been something that it's always there. Even in the Real Madrid play, you could see that entire sparkle out there. He is going to be the main player here. There's no doubt about it. He's going to be the one who's going to be creating. He's the one who's going to be doing those runs. And those runs are what is going to push the defenses back, making and creating space. How did Casemiro get it? Because that space was created. Suddenly, out of nowhere, you see a space being created. That's what is the beauty of that guy's play. And I think going forward, people will block that space itself. But then you have creators. You have Neymar. I mean, Neymar will probably draw 2 people away. So those areas, and Vinicius will draw another 1 away. So 3 gone. So just look at the space that Brazil creates. And I think that's their strength. What happens at the back is something for the coach to think about, and I think they probably understand and know that. Yeah.
So, do you feel that their attackers and midfielders are, helping them in their defensive duties as well, and the load is not coming on defense?
Not Vinicius. Vinicius has a big problem going back. I don't think he's the kind of a player who wants to go back constantly. And you saw it in yesterday's game also. He's not going back that rapidly that you require a player, but because of his high skill level, you kind of leave it.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. He's in a position where anyway, the moment he starts going into the box or even he's creating, he's going to create 5 or 6 moves. That's going to be dangerous. And out of the 6, even if you go in with 1 or 2, you're at least going to get 1 goal out there, and you have the rest to create. But yeah, this particular team, like any Brazilian team, hates going back. And that probably is also something that they need to look at, because if you're not going to go back 10, 8, 9 when you're up against a very aggressive side, or even like let's say what happened with South Korea yesterday. They were flowing in. Now it's bound to happen in a big game that Brazil is going to find opposition like that. That's the time when you will see 10 at the back or 9 at the back. If you don't see, they will concede. I am 100% sure they'll concede goals if that doesn't happen. You have to see Vinicius going back. You have to see him coming up. He has to be the main collaborator out there because he has the skill. Anybody who has the skill has the ball play. And if you have the ball play, then you are really on top.
That goal last night was made in Real Madrid. Rodrigo delivered it to Vinicius, and Vinicius in turn played it to Casemiro, who scored a phenomenal volley. So that's it from this episode. Brazil will be playing their last group stage match against Cameroon in the Group G contest. To know more about the World Cup, stay tuned to News 9. If you like this piece of information, then don't forget to press the like button and also share this content with your friends and family. Do subscribe. Keep watching the World Cup. Stay connected. That's it. Thank you.